political consulting firm HSG Campaigns. Also joining us is Jorge Herrera, the co-founder of Latinos for Trump. Gentlemen, good to have you with us once again. Jorge, let me start with you. Political analysts, political operatives saying this is a high-stakes move, a highly risky move for Donald Trump to take this meeting with the president of Mexico at this stage in the campaign. What's your understanding of the calculation? What is he trying to get here?
I think, just to be real quick, I think he's trying to convey the role of leadership that he can have on the international stage, because we have to dispel these notions that he can't be a presidential or a world leader. So this is an excellent opportunity for him to show that to the world.
Excellent opportunity. Eric, you see this as what? What is this opportunity in your view?
Yeah, I think it's another sort of cheap ploy to go after minority voters, frankly. The reality is that his position on immigration hasn't changed and won't change, and it's a dangerous position for him to take. I think in terms of his campaign, there's been a lot of very troubling racial undertones, from the ban on Muslims to the mass deportation that he's called for, and frankly a number of white supremacists outwardly supporting his campaign. So although I'm in favor of good relations between presidential candidates and world leaders, I just don't think that this amounts to very much.
Jorge, this meeting, you made a point that it's about showing his leadership capacity, his statesman-like qualities. Sure. He's going to have to come away with something for this to be deemed a success, isn't he?
Well, I want to touch on this thing about minority votes. Hillary Clinton pandered to African Americans by saying she carries hot sauce in her purse. That's pandering. We need substance. We know that the middle class has overall declined. Black wealth, African American wealth is down. Hispanic wealth is down. Overall, the middle class is down. Democrats and Hillary Clinton have failed us. But the takeaway for Trump, I'm just going to say, it's time for him to really show leadership on the world stage. Excellent opportunity. He's going to do a great job. He's going to secure the border. We're going to get the criminals out, and we're going to secure the border and bring back the good ones that belong here and contribute. Like he acknowledges, tons of good Latinos.
Beyond the photo op, yes. What makes this a successful trip?
To be able to have a working relationship with the president of Mexico. We cannot just have a back and forth, okay? We need to meet in person, and we need to have an established relationship. So once he wins the presidency, they can start working on a relationship to find common solutions between our two countries.
Okay, so here's the thing. Photo op, deliverables or not, whether or not he comes out with anything concrete, right. What Trump is doing is he's owning the narrative. That can't be good for Hillary Clinton.
Well, again, on this particular issue, I think he has, a mountain to climb. This is a person who has a long history of racial insensitivity. I mean, in the early years of his business, he was sued by the Justice Department for not allowing African Americans and Latinos into his buildings. So this is a person on the first day of his campaign.
That's not very accurate.
On the first day of his campaign, he started, bringing out this whole notion of illegal immigrants and Mexico sending rapists to our country. So I just think that, yes, it's a fine photo op. We'll see what the tangible outcomes, as you're talking about, are. But the reality is his stances and his position on immigration is dangerous and won't change.
You know what's more dangerous is the rapists and criminals that are coming over here from Mexico. Yes, we know that there's a lot of good people, but it's the bad ones that are ruining for the ones that are looking for a better life. In all 50 states, about 30% of all murders are accounted to illegal immigrants. This is what Trump is talking about. Yes, the tone might be a little bit tough, but we have solutions that we have to fix. Okay, this is the problem. We need to fix them.
As you talk about his tone, as you talk about his immigration stance, that has been under scrutiny in the last couple of days, with people saying it is flip-flopping. He would say it's softening. I want to play for you what Donald Trump has said on the issue of immigration. Let's hear it with our own ears. And then also, I want us to listen to what his son, Donald Trump Jr., said to Anderson Cooper a couple of hours ago. Let's run Donald Trump first.
They're illegal immigrants. They got to go out.
But how do you do it in a practical way? You really think you can round up 11 million people?
You know what? At some point, we're going to try getting them back, the good ones.
Are they going to be ripped out of their homes?
Can I tell you? They're going back where they came. If they came from a certain country, they're going to be brought back to that country. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, they can come back, but they have to come back legally.
Are you going to be sending in officers?
We're going to be sending in
people
in a very
into people's
nice
homes
way.
To get them out.
We're going to be giving notice. We're going to be saying you have to go. We have at least 11 million people in this country that came in illegally. They will go out. They will come back. Some will come back, the best, through a process. They have to come back legally.
He wasn't softening on anything. He didn't change his stance on anything. What he did was, and what he's done all along, is he's speaking with the people. He's not lecturing them like most of the politicians you see today. He's actually having a conversation. He basically surveyed the room and asked, hey, what are your thoughts on this? I want to take that because I want to take into account what the people say. His policy has been the same for the last 6, 7, 8 months.
He still says they all got to go.
That's been the same, correct. But again, you have to start with baby steps.
Right, so Donald Trump Jr. saying Donald Trump's position on immigration hasn't changed. He himself used the words a couple of days ago that it had softened somewhat. What does he have to say in this speech in Arizona on Wednesday?
I think what we have to focus on is that, yes, we have an illegal immigration problem, but the tone of the other side, we need to stop focusing on race so much, because the top issues are economy and safety, and really the Democrats and Hillary Clinton have done nothing for the middle class.
But hasn't Donald Trump inserted the issue of race into this campaign?
No, it's actually Hillary Clinton who, if you pay attention to Hillary Clinton's speeches, she never really talks about her record because she can't. She's failed all Americans. She's always talking about divisive issues. She's the one that's really pushing the race narrative, and so are the Democrats. We need to stop focusing on race. We need to focus on all Americans. Donald Trump says, let's have everybody come here legally, live in unity under one flag, one nation. This is his message. There is nothing wrong. Like I said, Mexico deports people from Central America on a higher volume than we do. There's nothing wrong. There's no hate. There's no bigotry or xenophobia with wanting to enforce our immigration laws and having everybody live together legally, okay? We need to stop focusing on race and bring the wealth back to the middle class. Everybody, not focus on race.
Eric, let me give you the final word there.
Sure. Yeah, so, a lot of campaigns in the past candidates have used sort of quote-unquote dog whistles in terms of addressing race. I think Donald Trump's using a bullhorn here and using race as a wedge issue, suggesting policy of banning all Muslims into this country, suggesting policy of deporting every single person who's here undocumented. I mean, these are racially insensitive things, and they're just...
I have to counter that really quick.
You get 10 seconds.
Let's talk about Saudi Arabia 2014. They banned Muslim refugees citing terrorism risk. There's no hate behind it. It's just common sense leadership, guys. That's it.
Okay. Saudi Arabia, the U.S. built on slightly different principles.
They still banned them, guys. They still banned them. Nothing wrong with that.
It is great to have you both with us for the spirited conversation. We will be watching the speech very closely, and we'll get you back to discuss.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you, Eric.
it.
Jorge.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right. Away from U.S. politics now.
Use hashtag Latinos for Trump on Twitter and social media. Make America great again. Go out and vote November 8, 2016. Let's do this!
Make America great again. Make America great again. Make America great again. Great again. Great again. Make it great again.